Well then, after we've settled into our seats at Milk Hall, I asked Toji what her business is.
あの空気、気がついたか?
I presume she's asking me about the slums. To be honest, it certainly was disturbing. The way Toji speaks is a bit clipped. She can be hard to follow at times. Huh? Yeah, I did. Ponder things for a second and continue. Felt people staring at us while we were walking. It wasn't any individual in particular, but rather as if all the people from that part of town had their eyes fixed on us. Toji nodded silently. Did Toji call us out there just so we could experience that? If that's the case, you know something. What is it, Toji? She then informs us calmly.
死の腕がお前たちを狙っている。
What? Toji? Why us? I lose my composure and jump at her.
シュゴ、座るんだ。そんなに興奮されたら話ができない。
Toji never once loses her cool. Her boldness is kind of aggravating. Kazna turned toward us and speaks up.
質問していいでしょうか?
She asks her hand raised timidly. Of course she's raising her hand.
その死の腕ですか? その妙に怖そうな言葉は一体?
Her words cast a pall over the conversation. The eyes darting back and forth. I love it. Kazna has a look that says, huh? Did I say something wrong? Written all over her face. She looks back and forth between Toji and me. Seeing Kazna like that makes me realize how idiotic I was for getting overexcited. Toji's absolutely correct. There's no point getting riled up right now. When you see the hand of death is... all the tension drains out of my body. It's an underground syndicate headquartered in the Ueno area. I guess you could think of them as being similar to the Yakuza. Toji is one of their leaders.
大幹部ですか. Tojiさんってすごい人
She
なん
really
で
is,
すね.
right? Seems like Kazma's admiration is somewhat misguided.
私は群れるのが嫌いだ。幹部と言ったって名前を貸しているだけだ。
Toji makes a frustrated face. Toji, a conscientious person, is often at odds with the way her organization will resort to any means necessary to get things done. Why is the hand of death after us? I can tell you right now that your group won't gain anything by targeting Kazna and me. Toji nods and continues.
そうだ。ようやく本題に入れる。
Business. She then pulls out a single photograph from her pocket. Yoda? The platters of food are lined up one after the other on top of the table. Kazna is overwhelmed by the mere sight of all this cuisine, even a stream of drool hanging from her half-open mouth.
どうした? 遠慮はするな。
私、どうした?
Kazna's so overjoyed she can't even form a coherent sentence. Well, she did tell me she was poor. I think she'd be this famished, though. Being an actress really that unprofitable? Yeah.
でも、平気な顔でこんな豪華な料理を頼めるなんて、Tojiさんすごいです。私、一生ついていきたい気持ちになりました。
I listen in on the peaceful conversation between the budding actress and the prodigy of the underworld as I sip my coffee.
気にするな。仕事柄、金はある。
そうなんですか。これは聞いちゃっていいんでしょうか。
遠慮するな。
はい。さっきから気になっていたんですけど、Tojiさんって普段はどういうお仕事を？
賭場の管理、荒ごとの助っ人、用心棒の斡旋、みかじめ料の徴収、いろいろだ。
なんだか忙しそうです。それなのにわざわざすみません。私と修吾さんのこと心配で話をしてくれたんですね。
いや。
Kazna stares straight at Toji.
Tojiさんは優しい方なんですね。
Toji turns away speechless. Whoa there, she's blushing.
修吾、何がおかしい?
Nothing, homie, nothing. Nothing at all. Toji glares at me. God, her face is scary. I think you mean cute. My apologies. Pay no heed to me. Please enjoy your conversation, ladies. I apologize to her respectfully.
お嬢さんだと?
feel our gaze growing more intense.
シュウゴ、それは私のことか。
Are you not lady? Oh, I didn't make a mistake there, Toji. You're a girl too.
お二人とも険悪ですか？もしかして。
いや、違う。カズナのせいじゃないんだ。
I love these two. Toji quickly denies it. Kazuna cocks her head in confusion. Ah, right. Toji's pretty cute when she's like this. Right, no. Chuckling, I take a look down at the photograph. I almost said the photograph. The photograph by my hand. Toji's opened up a whole new can of worms for us. Because right there in the center of the photograph is Kosuke Yoda. As I gaze at Kosuke Yoda's photograph, I remember what just happened.
姉さん。
The moment Kazuna laid eyes on the photograph, her voice fell sharply. But she looked clearly different than the girl in the photographs I got from Kazuna yesterday. Her physique, perhaps? The photographs I saw yesterday depicted Yoda from 5 years ago, before she vanished. Yeah, when she was being neglected and more than likely malnourished, I'm sure. But this photo... Was this taken recently? She looked quite grown up. Perhaps around the same height as Kazuna, maybe a little taller. I wasn't surprised she'd grown, been 5 years after all. Please explain, Toji. What's the meaning of this?
そうだな。
Toji started speaking in a matter-of-fact tone. The girl in the photo was a mistress that one of the leaders of the Hand of Death kept. Her name? Hyo.
もっとも、それが本名だなんて思ってる奴は誰もいなかったが。
Hyo. Before anyone realized it, the man had adopted Hyo as his mistress.
その男の入れ込みようは半端ではなかった。昼夜もなくヒョウをなぶり、奴の変態趣味に付き合えるんだから。
God damn.
その女も大した玉のようだ。
One morning, she just vanished. He went mad and searched the entire mansion. Unable to find her, he ordered his subordinates to comb the Ueno area.
それが2週間前の話だ。この写真は捜索に際して配られたもので、上野中に出回っているはずだ。
Come to think of it, 2 weeks ago was when that girl resembling Yoda was spotted in an alley in Aimachi. Okay, I see where you're going with this. I recall the way people had stared at us down today. The area of town is part of the Hand of Death's turf. I see. So it was because we just showed up there with a picture of a girl that looked like her. The informants I met with yesterday probably passed on the details of our conversation to the Hand of Death, Kazuna's appearance in particular. The more you looked at her, the more she seemed a mirror image of the girl in the photograph. No surprise the syndicate had its eyes on her.
待ってください。それじゃそのヒョウさんって人がもしかして私の姉さん？
Kazuna wore a troubled expression on her face. Well, couldn't blame her. To have unexpected news about your sister's being of all things a Yakuza's mistress. You can understand how confused she must have been feeling as well. But to actually be involved with the Hand of Death. She was dressed like a shrine maiden. Well, in dirty clothes similar to what they would wear. She wasn't wearing a coat even in this cold weather. Toji, what kind of clothes did Hyo have on when she disappeared?
普通の様相だったと思うが、それがどうかしたのか？
I'm just curious. One more thing. How were her eyes?
どうとは
She wasn't blind or anything.
特に聞いていないな。そもそもヒョウはその幹部の資質に屋敷の人間ですらまともに顔を合わせた者は少ない。視力の有無などわかるはずがない。
I see. The information I'd gathered from 2 days of investigation had given rise to new images of Kosuke Yoda inside my head. I had my memories from 7 years ago, the eyewitness account of her in the slums, and Keiichiro's description of his daughter. Now I had information from Toji regarding her stint as a mistress in the Hand of Death. While those images increased the number of leads we had, they also served to make things more fuzzy and unclear. Something about this bugged me. It just didn't add up. After I spent a while in deep thought, Toji spoke again.
今度は私からの質問だ。
Hit me. Toji turned to us with a cold, calculating look in her eyes. It was the face one would expect from a leader of the Hand of Death, a look that brooked no resistance.
お前たちの持っていた写真、あそこに写っていたのは誰だ？お前たちは なぜその女を探している？
and then proceeded to explain the events of the last 2 days to Toji, with Kazna filling in the details. Toji gave me a look that felt like it was boring right into the depths of my heart. The sun is set completely by the time we get out of Milk Hall.
それじゃあ修吾さん、当時さん、今日はありがとうございました。
Kazna grins at us from across the street. She told us that she had to show up for rehearsal with her theater group today. After giving us a big wave, Kazna vanishes down the street.
いい娘だな。
Toji murmurs after watching her go.
最初は不思議だった。修吾がらしくないほど気を許していたから。
Take a glance at Toji's carefully guarded expression.
今ならわかる。カズナは
She halts there. Looks like she's struggling to find the right words. Flash her wry grin. Don't push yourself. Never been much of a talker. Guess she's just adept at putting herself in other people's pockets. She opened up right away to Rin and Nana, too.
そうかな。
Born to be an underling. No, I get the feeling that's not really something you can praise. But she's indisputably a good person. You can feel a smile naturally coming onto my face when I talk about Kazna. I'm going to get laughed at by Toji again, it's so unlike me.
カズナの劇団というのは近いのか？
Toji subtly wears a look of concern on her face. She said it was the International Theater, so it's a short walk from here.
そうか。
Toji stalks off at a brisk trot. Hey, what's wrong? She replies sharply without turning
カ
around.
ズナを送っていく。組織の連中も人目のある場所では事を起こさないと思うが。
After saying that, she picks up the pace.
それでも万が一がある。
I don't think she has to go that far, but...
傷一つついてほしくない。
Are you done? Amused at Toji's overprotectiveness, I follow along behind her. And then, as though she'd been waiting for us to enter that deserted street, a short scream rings out. Kazuna's fallen onto her rear. There are two evil-looking guys grabbing her arms. That's the one I'm about to dash over there.
待つんだ修吾。どうやらこれは私の仕事
Oh
のようだ。
yes, please, I want to see you in action. Go, go, bad
任せて
bitch.
もらうか。
Upon declaring that Toji tosses away the cigarette in her hand and pulls out a weapon from her pocket, and then... Hot. It's over before I can even blink. Hot.
彼女はこの青木当時の友人だ。彼女に手を出すことは理解したか？
Toji ignores the two punks writhing around on the road and turns to Kazna.
カズナ、殴られたのか？
She walks over to Kazna and extends a hand.
はい。
Kazna, tears in her eyes, presses a hand against her cheek. She sits on the ground, not making any move to stand up.
すみません。腰抜けちゃって。
わかった。
Toji gently helps the princess to her feet.
当時さん。
Kazna blushes as she looks up at her knight in shining armor.
どこか怪我はないか？
はい。
そうか、安心した。今日はもう家に戻った方がいい。
They both walk off, with Toji leading Kazna gently by the hand. Huh? Wait, where was my part in all that? After escorting Kazna back to her home in Kanda, we've returned to Ueno. Our location, Ueno Park, beside the shore of Shinabaza Pond. We lean against the fence and watch the snow falling onto the surface of the water.
組織の方には私から手を回しておく。明日からはああいった手合いはいなくなるはずだ。
Hell yeah. I recall the scene from earlier this evening. In particular, the wretched sight of those thugs collapsed in the mud. Sure enough, they were subordinates of the leader in question. Apparently they were waiting for an opportunity ever since they spotted Kazna around noon. They didn't die, but they were probably left with a few broken bones. Well, they're the kind of guys that hit girls in the face. They got what they deserved. Breach. Even though they were away from the main roads, to do something like that in public was bordering on the absurd. That guy, seems like he's pretty impatient. Think he'll just sit down and back off?
あの男が探しているのはヒョウという情婦。カズナ、私が奴に会って話す。それでことは済むはずだ。
Hell yeah. Toji doesn't act, then sooner or later we'll fall into the clutches of the hand of death. Toji, sorry for all the trouble.
気にするな。いつものことだ。シュウゴは考えているようで、どこか抜けているんだ。
She flashes me a wry smile and continues.
そうだな。感謝の気持ちがあるのなら。
Her eyes suddenly narrow into slits. Those red eyes of hers seem like they can see through everything.
本当のこと話してくれ。
The truth? A certain sentence Keiichiro spoke to me floats back to my mind.
娘は実はすでに死んでいるんだよ。
The truth, huh? I pull a cigarette out of my pocket.
隠すな、シュウゴ。昼間の話、続きがあるのだろ。
What we talked about this afternoon. Kosuke Keiichiro's request.
あの話を聞いて、シュウゴの迷いを感じた。納得がいかない。
I light my cigarette, a bitter grin on my face. You're pretty sharp. I'd expect no less from someone as high up as you are.
茶化すな、シュウゴ。真面目に話せ。
It's not like I'd intended to hide anything from you. Just wanted to keep it a secret from Kazuna. I swear that's all it was. Toji's silence urges me to continue. Let's see. In the Kosuke living room, after he'd made Kazuna leave, Keiichiro started telling me about the real motives behind his job. Yoda-san's dead? Keiichiro delivered a cold-hearted reply in response to my suspicious glance.
要はこの捜索は茶番だ。君は適当にカズナをごまかしてくれればいい。
I was at a loss for words. What Keiichiro had just said seemed completely beside the point.
察しの悪い男だな。よくそれで探偵業なんぞ務まるものだ。
He seemed disgusted with me.
いいかね。私たちにとってユラの存在はもう過去の光月家の中でユラが見つかるのを望んでいるのはカズナだけなのだよ。
He sighed in the direction of the door Kazuna had used to exit the room.
しかしカズナは強情な娘だ。一人でもユラの捜索を続けるだろう。光月家の娘にいつまでもそんな怪しげな真似をさせておくわけにはいかん。そこで高城君、君の出番となる。
Realization slowly sunk in, left a bad taste in my mouth. So what you're telling me is to not find Yoda-san?
そうそう、なかなかいい線をついてきた。
His laugh was pure arrogance.
考えてもみたまえ。ユラは上野の貧民街なんぞをフラフラしていたそうだ。どんな男の手がついているかわからんだろう。
Oh, Jesus.
万が一腹に子供でもはらんでいたら、そのどこの馬の骨とも知れぬ
Yeah, that's
男
kind of
の
what I
手が
figured when he said that she was dead, is that she was
まう。
dead to the family. Yeah, he doesn't know for sure if she's actually dead. At that point, Keiichiro put on a grand smile.
光月の寝台は私が生涯をとして築き上げたものだ。絶え間ない競争と努力、血の滲むような日々の賜物。たかが娘一人の不始末で家名に泥をかぶせるわけにはいかないのだよ。
Some daughter. Keiichiro had said. I felt disgust welling up inside me. Keiichiro paid no heed to the thoughts running through my head and continued on.
君に処理をしてくれとは言わんよ。君の仕事は小娘の目をごまかすこと。それでも報酬は支払われる。悪い話ではないだろう。期間はそうだな。カズナがユラのことを諦めるまでと考えてもらっていい。私とカズナのもとに一月ごとの報告を送付してくれ。
A falsified report?
ユラは5年前のあの日死んだ。そしてこれからも死んでいることを私は望む。
Keiichiro stopped and chuckled cruelly.
理解したかね、高城君。
Power, money, violence. There are people who are used to exercising all the power in the world to make others obey them. They disregard others in order to protect their own interests. Kosuke Keiichiro is one of those people. May I ask a question? I attempted to keep my displeasure in check as I posed a question.
なんだね。
Could you tell me the circumstances under which Yero-san vanished?
君の仕事には関係ない。話す必要を感じないな。
What about her accident 10 years ago? Why was Yero-san shut inside of her room?
それも関係ない話だよ。
Keitaro waved his hand around as though annoyed and stood up.
さあ、そろそろいいだろう。高城君、仕事のこと、くれぐれも頼むよ。
Okay, understood. Seeing the conversation was over, I nodded and rose from the sofa.
涼子、高城君を送って差し上げなさい。
はい。
Ryoko replied lethargically and headed for the door. Keiichiro called out to me as I was about to leave the room.
ああ、そうそう、高城君。カズナが君の捜査に協力したいと言い出すかもしれん。その時は。
And that brings us back to the present. Nighttime at Ueno Park. Moon's completely shrouded behind clouds, both wreathed into the darkness of this twilight hour. A look of disgust forms on Toji's face as the story unfolds. Keiichiro's plan and Kazuna's wishes are completely at odds with each other. I don't want Kazuna to know that yet. It's not out of love for one's family, but solely because he would hate to soil the family name. Her own father wants her sister dead. That's the cruel reality Kazuna faces. That's why I couldn't tell you the entire story this afternoon. Kazuna asked to join the investigation, just as Keiichiro predicted, so I've been dragging her around everywhere. Toji's eyes grow all the more keen.
お前はそれで納得するのか？
He binds others with his power and crushes them beneath his feet. Keiichiro's behavior is the type of stuff Toji absolutely abhors. Hell yeah. Well, I don't know. I shrug. I was told to search, so I'm searching. I'm free to do so however I see fit. Unfortunately for Keiichiro, I might just stumble across Yura along the way. It's entirely possible that Kazuna might happen to be together with me at that time.
光月圭一郎の依頼を無視するつもりか？
I twist my lips into a grin. I am kind of slow, you know. Toji stares at me silently. And then she suddenly says,
私も協力する。
Hell yeah, big homie. Whoa there, don't fall head over heels for my suaveness, okay?
ふざけるな。カズナのためだ。
Toji flat out denies it. She's really not one for jokes.
ヒョウという女がカズナの姉。光月ユラかどうかはまだわからない。だが今後死の腕が得た情報は全てお前の方にも回そう。
Appreciate it, big homie. She's going to pass on information from an underground syndicate to outsiders like us. Without a doubt, that's a dangerous move.
それでいいな。
If she's discovered doing that, it'll put her in grave danger. However, in light of the fact that my friends offered to help wearing her usual poker face, without even expecting anything in return, she does this for a friend she met just today. Hey, Toji. To make a long story short, Toji is... Want a kiss? A great person. Hell yeah. I love Toji. Part ways with Toji, who seems rather offended for some reason, at the park, and head for home. Alright, but with that, we have to wrap up this recording session here for today. I'm really into it. I figured I would enjoy it. Obviously, I enjoyed Kado no Shoujo, so I figured a similar story I would enjoy. But yeah, no. So far, I'm loving the cast, the cast of characters. Hatsune, Rin, Toji. I love all three of those. They're great. Nana's fucking weird in so many ways. And her weirdness just isn't quite as silly as Natsume's weirdness, and it just doesn't hit the same. Natsume was weird and silly, but hers was like I could giggle at, right? Nana's just kind of like, bitchy freaky. But also, like, the story is very interesting as well. I like the setup of, like, he's with a girl who thinks they're trying to find sister, but the father who gave the request said, do not find the sister, leave her be, deceive the child, right? And it's really cool to see, like, obviously I know, how Shugo and Kazuna end up by the end of everything, at least in the true ending. So it's nice to watch their relationship slowly develop, going from just like, oh, the daughter of the client who put in the request being silly and full of energy, bouncing all around the detective, and slowly but surely they start to become yeah, they start to get friendly with each other. I'm sure slowly but surely they'll start to become a little bit more than friendly with each other. I like it. And then yeah, Toji. Oh, Toji, excellent addition to the story. I love Toji. Toji's great. I love her. Rin's nice too. I'm worried about Rin though, because like the guy that they said that the serial killer has been targeting hookers and prostitutes. So kind of worried about my homie Rin. Um, glad she got my dick wet, but also worried for her safety. I gotta be honest. But yeah, like I said, I am going to wrap it up here for today. So it's either going to be a quick transition or a new video. But regardless, I'll see you guys in the next recording session. Until then, peace. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to some more Cartagra. In the previous recording session, we started off this little story, and honestly, with what we've been given so far, just in that first like 3 hours or so of me playing it, I'm pretty interested in what we got going on here. So we got Shugo, who's fallen on hard times. He lives in a brothel, and he's been working as a detective. He's been given this case where he's been hired to find the missing daughter for this family. However, the actual father of the family doesn't want her found because he thinks she would, sully the good name of this family or whatever. So he's like, yeah, no. Pretend to do your little investigation, but at the end of it all, you come back and you tell me that you didn't find her, and there's nothing further to pursue, right? Meanwhile, the girl's sister really wants her to be found, is truly looking for her, believes she's out there, and she's been tagging along with Shugo on all this. So now Shugo's at this crossroads where it's like, oh, do I help out the father? Do I help out the girl? What do I do here? Love the girl, by the way. Kazna, fucking little dork, absolutely love her. As you can see with the text here, we also met Toji here very recently, which was Shugo's like contact in the underworld, who's a bad bitch with one arm who can fuck shit up, which love it. Also there's like some weird kind of cult thing going on that we think the sister is tied to. Well, I think the sister is tied to. I don't think the characters in game have made that connection yet. Pretty sure there's this cult thing going on that's kind of weird. Probably tied in with the serial murders that have been going around, which is also a thing that's happening in the background as we're going. Like, Shugo's focused on his case, but in the meanwhile, there are these serial murders happening, going on. So that's interesting. But yeah, where we had last left off, Shugo, well, I was gonna say Shujo and Toji, mostly just Toji, saved Kazna from getting jumped by some weird dudes, and then that walked her home. Shugo explained the situation to Toji, they parted ways, and that's where we pick up. So without further ado, let's jump back into it, shall we? The snow's still coming down. We enter downtown. What's going on? It's an alley that branches off to the right in front of the district's entrance. There's a crowd formed in the narrow space between buildings that's normally used for dumping food waste. Could it be one of Ueno's bizarre murders? The thought briefly crosses my mind. You should take a look. I head for the alley. And inside is... What the hell? Large number of dead crows with their wings ripped off. Ooh.
勘弁してくれよ。なんでうちの店の裏にこんなものがあるんだ。
子供のいたずらにしちゃタチが悪いね。
何言ってくれ。うちは正直な商売一本でやってるんだ。
I'm an honest
どこ
merchant.
のどなた様にだって恨まれる筋合いなんてこれっぽっちもねえ。
They're wrong. This wasn't for some grudge. This is the same as what I read in this morning's paper.
それにしても君が悪いね。
ああ、まっ ったくどうなってんだ。ここ最近例の人食いやら何やら胸くそ悪い事件ばかりで、人さらいも多いって言うし、こんなんじゃお嬢ち商売もできやしねえ。
With that, all the onlookers start raising a commotion over public safety in Ueno. Can't trust the government. Why not just form a band or association of vigilantes separate from the police? Say the people in the rabble. Can't bear to stay here any longer. I turn around to leave. Right at that moment,
すごいよね、カラスって。仲間の死骸も食べちゃうんだよ。
was that one of the weird twins from the brothel? Oh no, it's just some weird kid. Alright. I hear a child's reedy voice at my side.
ガチャガチャうるさかったな。みんなですごく騒いでいて。
Whomstead of the fuck are you? This kid's got some weird clothes on. They're wearing a coat with a hood extended so it hides their face. Their voice is so strained and hoarse that I can't even determine the kid's sex. Huh? What? The heck is this kid talking about? Upon closer inspection, their garb seems to resemble what that kid handing out leaflets at the Aomachi was saying. Oh my god, I fucked up the sentence so bad. Their garb seems to resemble what that kid handing out leaflets at Aomachi the other day was wearing. There we go. At any rate, I don't want to hang around this kid any longer. Hey, you. I've hardly opened my mouth to speak when...
こら、タツオ、早くうちに入りなさい。
It's the voice of the old lady from earlier. Yeah, you're Tatsuo. Kid silently enters one of the houses after hearing that.
なんだあんたんとこがき。あんなけったいなもんかぶっちまって。
It's a phase.
あれね。あたしも困ってるんだよ。最近流行っているおかしなまじないしだか、おばにだか。
Wow.
とにかく
There's this
そんな
strange
もの
like
がいるだ
shaman
ろ。
priestess lady who's been like everywhere, right? My kid seems really into it. Yeah, I'm just like, you know what? If he wants to like fantasize about being part of a cult for a little bit, like, you know, just let the boy be. Like, maybe don't though.
ああ、この辺でも増えてるって話だな。聞いたことあるよ。
Ah, yes, the cult lady. Ah, that makes sense. Anyway, have a nice night.
そいつを拝めば、人食いにやっても見逃してもらえるとかなんとか、都合のいいこと言いふらしてるな。
そうそう。あの着物もまじない師の取り巻き連中が着てるやつらしいんだけど、タツオもハマっちゃってね。最近じゃうちでもおかしなことばかり言うようになって、一体どうしちまったんだろうね。
He got indoctrinated into a cult. That's what happened, ma'am. I see you haven't noticed, but trudging home on tired legs, I finally reached the Yukishiro. Business seems to be booming tonight. Stick my head into the kitchen and ask where Madame Ujako is. Come to think of it, I haven't run into the madam in quite a long time. That's a veritable boatload of things. There's a veritable boatload of things I want to discuss with her. Hatsune, the murders, Pai Kinseri.
宇崎さんなら今日は戻らないよ。深川の方でまた面倒事を頼まれたって話のようで。
I see. There's no one to say no when asked, so I'm not surprised. I give that chef my thanks and leave the kitchen. I've returned to my room. I slide open the screen to see Sister
おかえりなさいませ、
Rin.
旦那様。
Ooh.
さぞお疲れでしょう。お食事に
Yeah, I
なさ
bet
れ
you'd
ま
like me to
す
have a
か。
bath, wouldn't you?
お風呂になさいますか。そうで、
Or perhaps. She gives me a flirty look.
何するんですか。せっかくお色気たっぷりのお出迎えなのに。
I went through all this trouble to greet you sexily. I love that cute little image of her. That's awesome. Rin bangs on the screen from the other side. The heck are you doing in my room? I held the door closed so Rin can't get out.
何言って。昼間の続きしようかと。ご褒美まだもらってないっすから。
Oh boy. She's still going on about that? I'm screwing around, Rin. Why are you so obsessed with me in the first place?
それはもちろんシュウさんを愛しているから。
A message of love from beyond the screen door. What are you really trying to do here?
うわダリ こんな日は
God
若い
damn.
男のせいでも
What a way
す
to
ぐ
phrase it.
限るよな。
Goodbye.
うさす、本当に愛してますって。
Rin tries to get my attention by pounding the screen. Stop hitting it, you'll piss off everyone nearby. As a shameful freeloader, I can't give the other people here any more reasons to glare at me. Ugh, I have no choice but to. That is the question, isn't it? That is the question, isn't it? That is the question, isn't it? That is certainly a question, anyway. Am I kidding? Fuck, I'm not saving. I should save, but I'm not going to. I'm a big boy. I mean, I'm a pretty big Rin fan myself. I'm gonna go inside. Come whatever may. And whatever may might just be me. As soon as I slide open the door, Rin's there to greet me with a beaming smile. Fuck yeah, she is.
いや、来てくれて嬉しいっすよ。もしかしたら
I really should have
別
done
の部屋
that.
に行くんじゃないか
Probably
も
the better
って
idea,
思
but
ったっすよ。
also... I mean, this is my room. How could I possibly stay anywhere else? I definitely don't have ulterior motives. Perhaps I should reconsider.
ああ、そんなこと言わないでくださいっす。部屋に入ってきてくれて、私は嬉しいっすから。
And speaking of coming in, she really does seem overjoyed, actually. Good. I love her. When I see the smiles of her, all I can do is grin in return, right? Like, genuinely, I see that little smile, I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. Rin's awesome.
ほら、こっちへ来てくださいっす。
Alright. Hey, you don't have to drag me.
いいんすよ。服を脱がしますからね。こういうのが。
And thus, god damn. Alrighty. After the deed is done, I light up a cigarette while lying on top of the futon. I take a deep drag and relax. The night's still young. Don't take a breather right now, my body won't be able to put up with much more.
ああ、シュウさん、ダメっすよ。お布団の中でタバコなんて吸って、火事にでもなったらどうするつもりですか？
Rin pouts, still cuddled up next to me. Ah, come on. You sound like my mother. I'm sure some of your clients smoke, right?
何言ってるんすか？シュウさんはお客さんじゃなくて、ただの居候
You
です
haven't
よ。
earned smoking privileges. I'll give you the sloppiest top of your life, but don't think you can just smoke up in the room, you fucking freeloader.
扱いが違うに決まってるじゃないっすか。だいたいお客様は神様っすよ。
Ouch, that hurts. I guess a freeloader who can't even pay rent on a regular basis is looked down upon pretty harshly. We're still talking and fooling around inside the futon when suddenly...
お取り込み中失礼いたします。
Whoa! The screen door abruptly bangs open and Hatsune marches inside, speaking with a voice that could strip the paint off the walls.
シュウゴ様、お店の人間はみんな上がりましたので、お風呂を使っていただいても結構です。
Okay. I speak with some trepidation while Hatsune fixes me with an icy glare. Thank you for coming all the way over here to tell me, Hatsune.
ありがとうっす。
Rin buries her face in the futon after Hatsune gives her the evil eye. Wait, you've got it all wrong, Hatsune. There's a lot of factors at play here.
言い訳は結構ですよ。シュウゴ様もリンさんも大人なんだから、いろいろとあるんでしょう。初音は別に気にしてません。
The look on your face is quite the opposite.
それではお伝えしましたので、初音は仕事に戻ります。
Wait, Hatsune. I frantically yell out to Hatsune, who's just about to leave.
何でしょうか。
Could you please keep this a secret from the madam? Unable to endure the glare of death, I bury my face under the futon.
そんなに後ろめたいことなら、もう少しお静かになさってください。
Get their ass, Hatsune.
向こう側の廊下にまで聞こえてましたから。
Like, I definitely knew what I was doing by picking the options I did, but also get their ass, Hatsune. Okay, we'll be more careful.
気をつけ てるっす。
After glaring coldly at each one of our faces in turn, Hatsune says,
はしたないです。
okay, but like, listen, it's Rin. I'm sorry, I like Rin. So I saw the opportunity and I went for it. All right, Hatsune, listen. When you're older, you'll understand.
シュウさん、そろそろ私、
Yeah.
お願いした方がいいみたいっすね。
Probably shouldn't hang around much longer. Yeah, maybe you should. Really can't let my standing in the Ikishiro slide any lower than this.
じゃあ、そういうことで。
Oh, damn right you will. Right. Good night. Hell yeah. Yeah, sure. I could have just gone to another room. We could have just done something. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Fucking hell. That scared the shit out of me. I just start yapping about whatever, and all of a sudden just fucking the most blood-curdling scream you ever hear. God damn. Oh. I'm over here like, listen, I can explain, alright? Hear me out. I can't even finish one goddamn sentence. Oh my god. Fuck, I gotta... That actually scared the shit out of me. Oh. I gotta take a second, just like, catch my breath here, man. Fuck. Alright, anyway, I'm sure something horrendous is about to take place. By all means, carry on. Sorry to interrupt. Primordial screams ring out through the darkness. Stops pulling the saw and looks down at the woman. A stream of drool dribbles from her mouth. Wheezing noises arise from her throat. The remnants of her severed right arm twitch intermittently. Large amounts of blood continue to pour from the wound. Her nervous system must still be in shock from getting her right arm chopped off. A glimmer of recognition returns to her bloodshot, glazed eyes. Grips the feebly breathing woman's head and slams it against the tabletop. God damn! God damn! Fuck! She screams in shock from getting her arm chopped off. This motherfucker's like, shut the fuck! Starts... Oh. Again and again and again. Pounds her head down relentlessly. God damn! Again and again and again. Fuck. The sharp crack of something breaking brings a sense of exhilaration and the beginnings of a smile. The woman has ceased moving. There's blood flowing out from her nose and mouth. Feels a sense of relief. Finally, there's some peace and quiet. Now, can focus on the work to be done. Right hand is covered with the woman's own blood and body fat. The fluids will prevent from putting enough power to the sawing motion. It'll take too much time to amputate the parts. Had picked the saw because using a knife to cut through the bone would take too long. The choice seems to have backfired, however. When the rough blade of the saw hits a nerve, it wakes up the woman's dying brain. The fat flowing out from beneath the woman's skin is making it so the saw doesn't have any purchase on the bone. It just slides back and forth fruitlessly. Wipes dirty hands on the woman's red undershirt and swaps the saw for a hatchet. Takes a few practice swings to get reaccustomed to the hatchet. With this, it didn't even take 5 minutes to chop completely through the bone on the previous girl. Experimented by using a saw this time around, but it seems that the hatchet is far more efficient. Decides to start with the hatchet next time around. Nodding slightly, swings down the blade hard. The hatchet is swung again, and again, and again. girl stops moving as the blade is brought down repeatedly. Seizes her head and sets it back upright as it had flopped over during the chopping spree. Next up is... Oh, damn, what a face. Fuck. Picks up an auger and carefully points it at her eyeball. Oh, don't do eye stuff. Fuck. I can't do eye stuff, man. Don't. Oh, at least don't give me a visual on that one, please. No. Ah, fuck. Oh, no. Fuck. I gotta. Fuck, I can't even, like, look over at my other monitor, because it's there, too. Fuck. Stop, I gotta, like, fucking put my arm in front of my face. I can't do eye stuff like that, man. Only two of these pressures. I gotta speed read this because I cannot fucking look at this, man. This shit fucks with me bad. Only two of these precious eyeballs can be collected from a single body. Failure is not an option. Fingernails prop open her eyelids. Her clouded eyeball is slowly exposed. Pushes her eyelids open even further. The tip of the auger is thrust into the space between the eyelid and the eyeball. Don't put more text below it. Oh, thank you. Okay, no visual? No visual? Okay. Sweat covers forehead. This is delicate work. It requires mental concentration. After running the auger around her eye socket, the eyeball is completely exposed. The lid remains connected to the brain via the optic nerve. All that's left now is to yank it out. Ha! Okay, new scene, new setting. Chapter 2 Revelation. Alright, sounds good. Fuck, dude. Fuck. Oh my god.